Kling 2.6 feels optimized for short-form experimentation. It delivers impressive visuals quickly, but struggles when complexity increases. Kling 3.0, based on all available signals, appears to be moving toward longer clips, higher resolution, improved motion logic, and better contextual awareness. If that shift is real, it suggests a clear change in focus, from visual demos to practical production. That doesn't mean Kling 3.0 will be perfect. It simply means it may finally address the limitations that currently prevent AI video models from being used more seriously. Since Kling 3.0 is still unreleased, the best approach is to stay informed without jumping to conclusions. Registering for early access on Higgsfield makes sense if you want to test the model early, but it's also important to stay realistic. Once the model becomes available, real testing will matter far more than speculation. That's when we'll be able to compare expectations with actual performance.
Kling AI 3.0 is about to release, and the signals are already out there. Over the past few days, Kling's official X account has been posting clear hints that something big is coming. Let's take a look at what they're showing and what it likely means. In this video, I want to talk about Kling AI 3.0, focusing on early signals, community discussions, and what direction the model seems to be moving in. There's no confirmed release date so far. However, there are already enough signals across blogs, social media, and community discussions to start connecting the dots. That's exactly what we're going to do today. Higgsfield is an official partner of Kling, which means that once Kling 3.0 becomes available, access through Higgsfield is expected very quickly, possibly even before it becomes widely accessible elsewhere. I'll explain why that matters later in the video. For now, the goal is simple. No hype, no guessing games, just a calm and logical breakdown of what Kling 3.0 is likely aiming to improve and why so many people are paying attention to it already. Over the last year, AI video generation has improved very fast. Visual quality has reached a level that just a year ago would have seemed unrealistic. Many models today can generate impressive-looking clips within seconds. However, there is still a very clear limitation across almost all platforms: stability. Short clips look great, but once motion becomes complex, things start to fall apart. Hands deform, body parts lose structure, object interaction breaks, and scenes lose consistency. Kling 2.6 is actually one of the strongest models visually, but users who work with it regularly know that motion coherence and physical interaction are still weak points. This is where Kling 3.0 becomes interesting. The expectations are not about making things more beautiful, they are about making them more usable. Higgsfield is not just another AI platform hosting models, it is an official partner of Kling, and that changes how we should look at early access and availability. If you visit the Kling 3.0 page on Higgsfield, you'll see that early access registration is already open. This does not mean the model is live yet. What it means is that Higgsfield is preparing its infrastructure and user base for immediate access once Kling 3.0 is released. Historically, platforms that work closely with model developers tend to get faster access, priority testing, and sometimes exclusive features or early builds. If you're someone who wants to test Kling 3.0 as soon as possible, being registered early is simply a logical step. At the moment, Kling 2.6 is mostly limited to around 10 seconds per clip. That works well for visual experiments, short cinematic shots, or concept ideas, but it becomes restrictive when you want to tell even a simple story. With Kling 3.0, many users expect longer clips, around 15 seconds, but more importantly, they expect those extra seconds to remain stable. In current versions, quality often degrades toward the end of a clip, motion becomes less consistent, and visual artifacts start to appear. If Kling 3.0 can maintain coherence across longer durations, that alone would significantly expand how the model can be used, especially for narrative-driven or multi-shot content. If you've ever generated AI video before, you already know this issue. Hands are still one of the hardest things for models to handle properly. Object interaction, body contact, and physical logic tend to break under pressure. Community discussions around Kling 3.0 place a strong emphasis on improving these areas. People aren't asking for dramatic new visual styles, they're asking for fewer glitches, more believable motion, and better physical consistency. If Kling 3.0 manages to improve hand interaction, body movement, and object contact even slightly, that would make a noticeable difference in real-world usage. These are the kinds of improvements that don't look impressive in a demo image, but matter a lot during actual production.
One of the more interesting ideas mentioned in discussions around Kling 3.0 is the concept often referred to as Omni. This isn't presented as a single feature, rather as a design direction. The idea is that the model should understand context across frames and shots more consistently. Instead of treating each generation as an isolated moment, Kling 3.0 is expected to maintain better continuity within a scene. In practice, this could mean smoother transitions, fewer visual resets between shots, and a more unified workflow where editing and generation feel less disconnected. If implemented well, this would move Kling closer to being a production-ready tool rather than just an experimental one. Looking beyond official blogs, social media provides additional insight. On X, many users speculate about higher resolution outputs, including native 4K and potentially higher frame rates. While these are still expectations rather than confirmations, the fact that they are consistently mentioned suggests that users feel current limitations are holding the model back. On Reddit, discussions tend to be more technical and practical. Users talk about close-up shots, texture detail, motion breakdowns in complex scenes, and multi-shot consistency. Interestingly, many users already consider Kling 2.6 visually strong, but they clearly want better control and reliability. That's an important distinction. The demand isn't for prettier images, it's for better. Once access is available, detailed tests are coming. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.